Hello, I'm Annita Bates, the writer and publisher of the Pelsall Times website and all Pelsall Times publications. And this is my very special guest, psychic medium, Lynn Brooks. Back in 2011 I published Ghosts Around Pelsall, following which Lynn contacted me with a brilliant idea. She suggested that we could do ghost walks based on the stories in the book to raise money for the MS Therapy Centre in Wolverhampton. Since then, Lynn and I have been doing our ghost walks. In this production we will be showing you a few of our hotspots and hope that we will see you on some of our future ghost walks. Lynn and I firmly believe that Pelsall is the most haunted village in England. Join us as we step back in time in this production.
Called York's Bridge that we visit on a number of our ghost walks. It's been said that along this path fishermen have spotted a man appearing from nowhere wearing a dark black hat. A very, very tall man, so tall that you'd say that he probably was over 6'6". He's been seen on many occasions, but seems to just disappear when he gets to the other side of the bridge. I've been down here with Annita a number of times, and I have picked up certain things along here that tell me that that man was leading a funeral procession of the boat people that came along this length of the canal many, many times, and I believe they're called at this public house just behind us here, the Finger Post Pub, and they used to have a wake here. A number of people have also seen along this path a lady walking a dog, and they said she just seemed to have a fixed gaze, and as she got closer to them they went to move a fishing tackle and stuff out of the way, and the lady just walked straight through them and disappeared. I haven't picked anything up for this lady yet, but I feel sure that on days like this she's likely to be about.
Paranormal activity has also been experienced at the Finger Post Pub here, particularly in the kitchen. The chef has been disturbed a couple of times by things being thrown about in the kitchen by unseen hands, and on one occasion there was a rap at the window. When he went to look to see if there was anyone there was absolutely no way anyone could be there at all, because there was a drop of about 8 foot to the floor. So he attributed this to paranormal activity, possibly the man in the top hat.
This bridge behind us here is Pelsall Common Bridge. There's been a lot of reports that a man with a top hat has suddenly appeared to dog walkers, and people have been fishing again down this stretch of the canal. My own feeling is that this man in the top hat is connected to the one we saw on the other bridge previously. Along this stretch of the canal is extremely eerie, and I would have liked to have done more exploration along here, but quite frankly it scares me. and I don't fancy walking any further beyond this point.
Moult Farm once stood where the Moult Farm housing estate stands today, which is behind me. When the farm was cleared, the only part left behind was Moult Farm Pool, part of which still exists today. Moult Farm Pool relates to the oldest ghost story in Pelsall. William Farmer, the original Pelsall historian, wrote about that Moult Farm Pool back in the 1950s. He said that as a child, he and his friends were told that a stagecoach and horses was once lost in a pool back in the day. His story can be seen in the book Under Blue Skies. It has been said that on very rare occasions, a horses and stagecoach can be seen hurtling towards Moult Farm Pool and then vanish into thin air. It is believed, as I said, that this is supposed to be the oldest ghost story in Pelsall. Pelsall Railway Line ran here from 1849 until 1963.
On the ghost walks that we've done previously, I did pick up the name of James Stokes. He and his young lady in 1880s were tragically killed crossing the railway line. His girlfriend was Sarah Norton. They were very much in love, and we can't understand how this accident happened, whether they just dodged the train or whatever happened. And what I picked up on the ghost walk was that there were no trees along here. That's the only thing I could pick up, but every time we've come down here we've managed to get in touch with James. It's a very, very eerie place, and there are a lot of things going on here.
And the last time Lynn came down here, he picked up voices saying that there was nothing that could be done about it. So it was as if there were witnesses here, but they couldn't actually do anything about the situation.
Yeah.
But shortly after the accident, a tin bridge was put over the railway line to allow people to walk safely across the railway. The old bush here that was built in 1818 is said to be haunted by two resident ghosts. There's a ghost of a landlady from the past who apparently used to haunt the bar area. She was known for barging into staff whilst they were working. There was another ghost upstairs who actually was seen in that window there behind me. She was quite a malevolent ghost. She used to open and shut doors in an empty room, and she was known for switching lights on and off. And they actually said that when they were here working in the pub, suddenly you would get cold spots, which they attributed to the ghosts.
One of the recent ghost walks, a number of our party took photographs and were well pleased when they saw a figure of a man appeared at one of the windows. He was dressed in a black suit and a white shirt and tie, looked very official, and he was just staring out of the window. I picked up that night that this man was actually a pallbearer. He was in attendance at a funeral. The wake was being held over here in the old bush. It was quite surprising really that a lot of people had picked the same person, and we're all very excited that this could happen again. Since that time, I've passed there many times, and I have on numerous occasions seen this man again appear in the window.
So despite the fact that the pub is actually closed and has been for some time, it appears that spirits still haunt the old bush. In 1845, the church made an application for a school to be built in Pelsall. This school was then built. It accommodated 133 pupils and was lit by gas lamps and heated by open coal fires. When I published Ghost Around Pelsall back in 2011, I included an unusual photograph that was taken of this window. In the photograph there appeared to be a ghostly teacher from the past.
On the ghost walks that we've conducted over the last few years, we've taken photographs and we've asked people to take photographs and to have a look at the footage when they got home. A lot of people didn't think they got anything, and then quite excited when they saw images on the window at the back of me. I actually took a photograph one Sunday over the last couple of years and couldn't see anything until I got home and looked at the pictures, and the old school mistress was sitting directly in front of the window and all the children sitting on tables at the back of her dressed in Victorian costume. My husband couldn't believe it because he was with me at the time. And since then we've been on other ghost walks where people have captured similar images.
Please check out our website because we're going to include a couple of interesting photographs for you to take a look at. And you'll see some really strange images in this window. On Thursday the 14th of November 1872, Pelsall Hall Colliery experienced the worst disaster in the history of the South Staffordshire coalfield. 22 men lost their lives to drowning or choke death. After the incident, 21 bodies were retrieved from the pit. However, one man was never found, even after the mine was reopened. And when the mining inspectorate was submitted in 1873, miner 22 was listed as unknown and not found, which was odd because a roll call was made when the disaster first occurred. It has been said for decades that in Allen's Lane, just down here, one of the houses is plagued by paranormal activity on the anniversary of the disaster.
On the anniversary of the disaster, we do know that there's been several sightings of miners, ghostly figures, walking along Hall Lane towards where they presumably would be going on shift. And on the one anniversary, when we did our ghost walk, I actually managed to make contact with the one miner, and he did say, "We don't want flowers for being remembered, we'd rather have a drop of whiskey." And jokingly, Annita and I thought it'd be a good idea on the anniversary to bring them a tot of whiskey.
We also believe the reason for the paranormal activity on the anniversary of the mining disaster is a cry for help from beyond the grave from the man who was never found. If you would like to share your paranormal experiences with us or any strange photographs you have taken, we'd be delighted to hear from you.